Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back with Jurassic World Evolution in our attempt to recreate the 1993 version of Jurassic Park. Now today we're going to work on the Raptor Hatchery. I've decided that we can do it. I've seen some ideas that people have posted on Reddit and they're all fairly basic, which I think it's going to be inevitably, but we can make something pretty cool and we can even stick a raptor into it anyway, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Let's nip over here. Have all my dinosaurs decided to... yeah. I've got to say, that looks pretty nice, though. Okay, I want one of the Brachiosaurus to come chill out on top of the hill, but other than that, I'm pretty chill with it. It looks pretty nice. It looks film-esque, which is really what we're looking for. It's a kind of a shame that there's a massive mountain here, whereas in the film, I think it kind of just stretches off into the distance into like a big old, beautiful landscape pancake. I don't know why it's a pancake, because it's flat, I suppose. But, yeah, not bad. Not bad. Except you cheeky little mongoose. Cheeky mongoose. There you go. Now they'll always know. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we should do is breed a raptor. Now, the raptor hatchery isn't going to be very big. This shouldn't inherently be much of a problem because I am planning to keep dinosaur breakouts off. So my dinosaur comfort level will drop. But as long as I keep it watered and fed, it should in theory not die, right? I don't think dinosaurs die from a lack of comfort. They die from a lack of food or water, which also inherently drops their comfort. I believe that's how it works. I've never actually tried that out. So we are going to stick a raptor in there. I'm trying to think back to the film if it's ever confirmed just how many raptors are in that area. And I want to say there's definitely at least one, right? I think we're just going to stick one in there and see how it goes for now. So let's go and do just that. And this time the raptors in Jurassic Park are a little bit more on the brown side than the green side that the default ones in Evolution are. So we are going to mess around with that a little bit. I think we want a arid? Tundra? Alpine is white. What does tundra look like? I can't remember. We're going to breed a tundra and we'll see what happens. One of them is quite pale. One of them is green. One of them is, the arid one is brown, but it's quite a light brown, which isn't really what I'm looking for, and the vivid one is, of course, a fairly horrible looking purple colour. I think we're going to try that one, and we'll go from there, and we will see what happens. So, which one is it for attack again? Not that one. It's this one. Reaction speed is what we're looking for. Should be able to do all of these, basically. There we go, 28%. Perfect. Actually, less than perfect. Let's just build the tundra one for now. If need be, I can shoot it in the face. It's not a big deal. Let's build the actual hatchery. So it's going to be here on the right-hand side. We've got a little bit of space here that isn't really going to be much use for anything else. So I just like the idea, you know, you're driving your Jeep along, you drive past the Innovation Centre, chugga, 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 choo-choo. Don't know why it sounds like that. You're on a train. And you go through the forest, a little bit of an overhang there. Very cool. And then on the right-hand side, it opens up. And that's where the raptor hatchery is going to sit. And then you'll curl around here for the Dilophosaurus paddock. Is that the correct order? That is the correct order. Right. So let's just pull this along. I mean, they don't drive past it in the film, but obviously we can't have a thing where you get out of your car. Like, you can't actively get out of the Jeep and walk around, which is a shame. I think that'd be a really cool addition to the game, and I hope it's something that makes it into the game, but for now, that isn't a possibility. Let me just plan this out a little bit. I don't think we need much room for the Dilophosaurus paddock. That might not be quite enough, so let's pull this in a little bit further. We're just going to focus on the raptors today. Something like that. And you'll just look to the right and there'll be a forest and there'll be one Dilophosaurus lurking in there that you may spot every now and again. But over here is where we're going to build the raptor hatchery. So landscaping. Let's just put some... I don't like the hills. The hills are silly. The hills of eyes and the hills are silly. Hills of Eyes used to freak me out so much, man. If you haven't seen it, right, it's about mutant hillbillies, okay? Hillbillies scare me. I'm very sorry if you're a hillbilly. I apologise from the bottom of my heart, but you do scare me a little bit. Ever since Point Lookout on Fallout 3, man, hillbillies. Whew. Right, so the best we can do here, I think, is to build a concrete fence, make a rectangle, and I've seen people who put a hatchery in it, but I like the look of the tower more. We're going to put the tower attraction at the back end of the raptor hatchery. Just trying to think about, do I want this to sit even with the... Probably even with that, like along that kind of angle, right? Is that too big? It might be too big. It shouldn't be that. Let's just build it and we'll see what it looks like, eh? Oh, a little snap in action. Bam, love it. Love a little snap. It's kind of definitely more rectangular than square. And we probably want to pull this one down. And now the challenge is to get these to match up perfectly. Okay, challenge completed pretty easily. Now, is that too big? I think that's maybe a smidgen too big. Just a smidgen. Oh, I don't know actually. Think about it. We've got to put enough stuff in here for our dinosaur to actually survive. So I'm talking like a tiny bit of water and a feeder. I actually don't really want, and we're gonna have a goat because obviously we'd like to hang a cow down there, but that's not really gonna happen. And then trees absolutely everywhere. You shouldn't really be able to see in there at all. And tell you what, I think we will put more raptors in just to at least match the social need. Yeah, it looks a little ridiculous, but I don't think there's many alternatives. And then this would sit. What are you possibly obstructed by? Is it the trees? Let's kill the trees. I think it's a little bit too big, and I think that's why it's looking a little strange from my perspective. Right, what's the other thing I want to do? So I want to add a gate over on this side. Because there is actually a gate there. You don't see it in the film, but I believe it is in the design. Bam. I think already that looks a lot better, but what we're going to do... What I'm thinking is, these little side paths here, right, if we pretend that these are the walkways on the side of the raptor hatchery, then what we want is maybe like a little fence just going along this ridge, right, which of course again isn't there if this was a path, but it isn't meant to be a path, it's meant to represent that walkway. And again, like I said, it is more about getting the overall tone and feel of the film as much as possible. I'm really hopeful that like, even just slightly what I'm doing here, or what other people are doing, all these amazing designs people have come up with, will inspire Frontier to eventually add that 1993 DLC. That looks a lot better to me. That 1993 DLC that we're all looking for. Now, they also walk up to that section, so what we're going to do, we're going to kill some of this malarkey, because I regret that immensely already. Okay, and we're going to have like a footpath, so we're going to use the fancy path here. And do I want that to curve? Yeah, probably. Just trying to get this straight on match, like so, and that's going to attach onto there. And the idea is you're going to walk around there, and you're going to walk up onto this like walkway, or there'll be a walkway over there you can walk onto as well. Maybe we want a path attaching this bit to that bit? I don't know. There is a gate there. Maybe we do something like this. Oh, God, bear with me. Oops, sorry. That sneeze. Oh, no. Why are you further away than your friend? You are, aren't you? Oh, you're so slightly further away than your friend. Why are you further away than your friend? Is it because of this? Okay, I think we need to maybe do this first and get that to match, like so. And then pull it down. Then there's a little open area for the path as well. That's at the side. How's the path not? Oh, of course the path's not connected. The path is never going to be connected. I also hate what this path looks like. I have to fix that. Yeah, that's better. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, like I say, it doesn't really look necessarily like the film, but shut up, basically. Okay, then. Let's go grab our raptors and move them into our new home. And there's a gate, which means I can actually replenish food, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to put some forest on this side. I think the whole thing might need a little bit more forest. I'm not sure. I'm going to do a little check. Okay, there's another thing I want to change now that I've been thinking about it, is that this should definitely be the electrified wall rather than the one we're using right now. We need that sort of oomph to it, that kind of like, you can see the change. It's got those two wires across it, and more importantly, for me at least, it's got the red sort of lights sitting on the top as well, which I think is pretty vital. It is going to annoy me having that lighting symbol. I might try to get electricity over here, because that is going to bug the bejeebers out of me. And obviously it doesn't matter when it comes to, you know, we can take screenshots, or we can sit in the Jeep and it'll kind of save it, but I think that's pretty good. considering the limitations. There's a few sort of alternate designs out there on the internet, but this is about as close as we're going to get. However, the ground in this area is actually very similar to this colour right here. I'm just wondering if there's a way to kind of use this to give it that feeling. I don't know if that might be enough right there now that I look at it. I'd really love to block in that bit as well, but I don't think it's going to work. Something just full on. Did you guys hear that? There's something just full on giggling in the distance in a terrifying evil laugh. What the hell was. I'm sure it was meant to be a dinosaur, but it definitely didn't sound like a dinosaur. I think something like that's pretty good, actually. If you look at it in the film, there is this kind of. I guess as standalone, I think it works. I think it looks a little weird altogether, like from above, but it is what it is. I think maybe this can be made a bit better as well. Oh, god damn it. I just want to delete that little bit. That's all I wanted. Oh god, right, okay. Let's try that instead. I think that's gonna. Yeah, I much prefer that. And we're going to bring the fence across as well. This bit over here is bugging me a little bit. So we're going to bring the light steel fence across to there. Maybe just, can I stick a little bit in there? That's going to be optimistic, isn't it? Here we go. That's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. Which I do. I think to make this look a little less weird, we're just going to pull that down to there as well. Okay. Now, in terms of forest, the forest is actually quite near to the hatchery on both sides. Like, at the front bit is fairly clear, and it's got this kind of sandy texture on the ground. Unfortunately, we don't have sand in this game for reasons of science, probably. But I think we want to bring that in at that side bit, and just to get a little bit more detail in there, I think right behind the hatchery, it does turn into a sort of hill area, so let's bring that all up like that, a bit higher, if anything. I want it to be noticeable, you know? Oh, not that far though. Bloody Nora. Right, where's my flatten? There it is. Let's just do a little flatten around there. Just to bring that all even again. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right. Can I get electricity to this part of the park without making it look stupid? I think if we run the pylons through the trees, it's going to look okay. And whilst it isn't strictly necessary, you'd think in Jurassic Park, even if we don't necessarily see it, there is going to be pylons and stuff absolutely everywhere, right? So let's just give it a go. If it sucks, we can get rid of it. But really, you can barely see the bloody things anyway. And I actually really like the pylons in my park. I know it's daft. I think a lot of people have problems with them, but it just gives it more of a park feeling. You know, this isn't wild dinosaurs. It's a park. It's been built and constructed, and it would have this kind of thing. There we go. Look, you're not even going to see that. You're really not. You have to cross back over. And again, let's just hide this behind the exhibit. I'm going to put it there, and then we're going to build trees around it, if possible. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, no, I've made a mistake. Okay. I'm just going to move it a little. I want to hide it as much as possible in the tree line, which is made difficult as well because I've raised the area up. So, what if we make like a little ditch right over here? Just for the pylon. The substation, I should say. I want that as far back as possible, like so. Okay. Okay. And then, ditch that area. That's not even moving. Okay, but we just covered that with trees. I just wanted it to be close enough that I could put more trees in front of it, basically. It's not really working out, but it's fine. It's fine. A little bit of clear space in front, maybe a little bit more on this right-hand side, I'd say. A bit more like that. Maybe a few less big trees in here. It'd be nice if I could have like a medium brush setting, you know, but I think that's pretty cool looking, I've got to say. It's kind of weird in that it looks like the Raptor Hatchery without looking anything like the Raptor Hatchery at the same time. You know, it kind of does both. I don't really like this path connecting this bit. This bit bugs me a little bit. I don't really know what to do with that. Will trees help? Now, the trees bug me because they're not really there in reality. I I think the problem is that I've built it, and actually this is quite an easy problem to fix, hopefully. What we're going to do is we're going to delete all this here, right? And I'm going to bring this path closer in towards the thing. I think the problem is, right, that it was just too far away. Like, this path was too far from this path, basically, this part of the path. Oh, I can't see a bloody thing. Trees, be gone! Heathen! Oh, you can come back in a minute, alright? Just for now, I need you to go away. Alright, I want that to go sort of... There, stop it, stop it, stop it, please. Okay, and then we'll just delete that and make that fit in a bit better. I do love the look of the trees in this game. They're a pain in the ass. Get out of the way! I can't see what I'm doing. It'd be really nice if I could make these two paths kind of sit next to each other. It would also be nice if that kind of ended where that starts. I think that's going to help make this whole thing look a little better as well. Which means, I know this is like finicky design work, right? But we want to make it good, you know? That's the whole point. Nope, straight. Nope, just straight. Thank you. Game being nice to me for once. Nice surprise. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, I've got to say. Considering the limitations, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. A little bit of blank space at each side. I think we need a little bit more on the left, maybe. And I'm going to call that done. Right, let's get our raptor. Oh, this raptor must be so upset. Oh, God, it's got no food. It's got nothing. Where are you? You okay? No, you're going to die. Okay. Let's get you some friends and get you shipped over. I am super sorry, pal. Tell you what, while your friends are on the way and everyone's getting shot, let's give you some food and give you some water. I feel so mean, I just completely forgot. There you go, buddy, there you go. I'm gonna shoot your friends first. You deserve a chance to bloody recover, I think. There you go, there you go. Who's a good raptor? Who's a good raptor? Phew. Feed needs resupply. Oh, wait. Is it this one? Yeah.
Feeder resupply request received.
Feeder resupply request received. Okay, and you, my friend, are the big one. It would have been nice if I could actually make it bigger, but hey, what you gonna do? Let's get these moved over to their brand new home. They're definitely not going to be happy with the size of it, but they will have food, they'll have water, and that's more than most of us get. Or something. Come on, helicopter, chop chop.
Asset to be collected.
One more. We can double check the raptor numbers. I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to go check, and I keep forgetting to go check. I think Muldoon says when the big one comes in that she kills all but 2 of the others. I'm pretty sure that is the direct line, so I'm going to assume that is the case. I don't know if I want all this forest here, the more that I think about it. Here.
Commencing asset transit.
It's nice to have some more open spaces, I guess. Let's go! Have a little look!
Asset in transit.
You need to get a good screenshot for the thumbnail. That's kind of the most important thing. It is kind of on fire at the moment because of the thing, but I don't think that's bad. If I say it enough times, I'll believe it. Basically. The Raptor Hatchery. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Snap! It's as good as it's going to get, let's put it that way. If you have any suggestions or ideas, you know, things you think would help make it look a little bit more like it does in the film, feel free to leave those suggestions down below. Somebody did suggest using 2 of these towers. While that's going on, let me do this. 2 of these towers to form like the entrance gates, but I'm not convinced, I've got to say. Am I not already doing that? Oh, it's that one. Oh, while you're there, love.
Responding to resupply request.
Responding to a resupply request. She has an amazing voice. Scheduling is really all I need for the entire thing, so let's up that as much as we can. Look at it, it's majestic. And they're probably a little bit far apart now that I think about it. I mean, it's an idea, don't get me wrong, I appreciate ideas, but they just, no, it just looks nothing like it. There's no way, there's no way. Like, I'm okay with being a little bit sort of creative and trying to get the sort of theme across, but it does need to look at least somewhat like it. I think you could look at this and tell that it's meant to be the Raptor hatchery. Whereas I think if you looked at 2 towers pointing at each other, you'd be a bit like, ah, I don't remember that in Jurassic Park. This goat is in a spot of bother, I'm telling you. The goat is not about to have a good time. Get her! Get her! Go on, hunt! Hunt, you fool! Nom 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 nom. I wonder... No, never mind. Yeah, there's no way they're ever going to be comfortable in there. It is what it is at the end of the day, you know, I can't really do much about that. Print screen. It's okay, it's okay. Right, ladies and gentle ladies. Again, more than open to suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. Next episode, we are going to work over here on the Dilophosaurus and then curl over to here for the Triceratops. We might do both in one episode because I think both of those are going to be fairly quick. The Triceratops is basically going to be sitting... I don't know how we're going to do Triceratops because they get out of the car and they don't go through a fence, they just walk through some brush and they end up at the sick Triceratops. So I think we're going to have to put a fence down. But, I don't know, maybe what I can do, now that I think about it, if we have a herbivore feeder and some water, maybe it's possible to make the Triceratops kind of stay where it is without having a fence in place. We'll give that a go. The Dilophosaurus will have a fence over here, and then that is the outskirts of the park done. It's kind of just a tour to evoke the feelings of Jurassic Park. But, yeah. Is what it is. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you lovely folks in that next episode. Cheers, much love as always. Oh, we need a name for the raptor. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Quick little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.